And that, my friends, was your rubber chicken wake-up call for the day. Anyways, hey guys, that was rubber chicken. I have a rubber chicken. Why wouldn't I have a rubber chicken? Rubber chickens are fucking awesome. But yeah, hey guys, it's Weil. We got a match here today against a guy named NumbNexus. I think I took it at like Shovu's stream or something. I don't remember. It's just a match and stuff. So yeah, I have that one rain team that I don't really like anymore. I got a lot of matches with it. I'm actually really surprised that I did, but I guess just because it's Wi-Fi, so whatever. Opponents using some pretty standard stuff until you look at the Slaking. That's the only really weird thing, but the thing is, matched up against my team, he kind of has some good initiative with it because nothing on my team is really going to want to take a hit from it, so surprisingly, I am going to have to say that thing will be a bit of an annoying threat just because, like I said, it can hit a lot of my team for some decent damage, so I just got to make sure I probably play around that thing, make sure I get in at the right moment for when it's going for some random move, and then, you know, that stuff. And then, only other things, standard Jellicent, you know, I mean, like I've always said when I use this team, that's always going to be annoying, but I can work with it or something. I've played a lot of Jellicents with this team, it's weird. But, otherwise, the only other thing that's really going to be annoying is the Trachean, just because it's Trachean, but again, if I just play it right, it should be okay. But otherwise, the rest of the team doesn't really threaten me, so I'm not really too concerned. But leads on his end, I figured if I just lead with Politoed, I'd just be safest. So I'm just going to go with that, thinking I would be safe. And he leads with Latios, and I'm like, fuck it, let's just go for Toxic. But he switches out to his own Politoed just because he figures it'll be good. I don't know why. But I decide here, okay, any of his moves he really goes for, Toxicroak should be able to take. And since I have Rain Up, I'll just get the if he like Ice Beams or something, I'll get all my HP back. But he goes straight for Perish Song, which I found weird because it's like, why straight for Perish Song? But I try and cross chop just to get some damage off for later so I can kill off this Politoed easier. But I unfortunately miss, which sucks. And it's like, well, god damn it. But oh well, whatever the case, I'm just gonna go straight for Ice Punch because I figured he would just switch out, not wanting to take a cross chop, and I figured he'd go to Jellicent. I figured I might as well get some damage off on it. I do get a crit, which I don't think matters at all, but since that's the last turn Toxicroak can stay in, I'm going to switch it out to Politoed, plus there's a chance he goes for Will-O-Wisp, otherwise why would he switch it in? Otherwise it'd be fucking useless to bring in Jellicent, so yeah, I just try to Toxic the Jellicent with my Politoed, but he switches that to Celebi, which is not a good matchup, so I'm like, okay, what's the best thing to bring in on this Celebi right now? I decide Dragonite just because you guys know my Dragonite set by now, and for anyone who's wondering, it's on Smogon. So why are you asking? Generally, all my sets will be on Smogon that I use, because I'm that original. But whatever the case, I just go for Hurricane just to try and hit the Celebi, and then he brings in Jellicent, I guess figuring I might be physical and then he would want to burn me. But then I Thunder, and it really doesn't do that much, so I'm not really in a good position to stay in here, so I decide, okay, if there's anything on my team that wants to get burned and then can hurt Jellicent, it would be Jirachi, so I'm going to go out to that. He goes for Scald, which I guess works. I don't know. But I'm just going to go straight for Thunder because I just want to get some damage off on the Jellicent. But he goes into Celebi, I guess thinking I would just be Calm Minding and that he would wall me. But I do get the Paralyze off with the Thunder, which really doesn't leave me in a good spot just because Celebi still kind of wrecks my shit. But I decide, fuck it, let's just Iron Head and see how much I do. He goes out to the Slaking. I'm like, okay, that's fine. He's probably just going to Earthquake, so I'm just going to go out to Dragonite to take that. But he actually goes for Pursuit. I guess he really did fear Jirachi in that sense, so I guess that works for him. I don't fucking know. But I'm just going to Thunder because I wanted to hit the Slaking, and I figured I could try and paralyze something that comes in, but Latios came in, did not get paralyzed. I got a crit, which really doesn't matter, but he goes for Surf. I figure he's locked into it, so I'm just going to go out to Toxicroak and get an SD up. If he's not, I might be able to take the Draco, but I did get the SD up, and I figure here he's just going to go for Will-O-Wisp, so I'm just going to get another SD up because I figure that is the safe play. And since I do have the Dry Skin, this first turn I obviously have to take the burn damage because Dry Skin would happen first, but I essentially get to recover all the damage from burn, so the only thing is that my attack is getting halved, and then I'll just take Life Orb damage. So I mean, it's not too huge, but I do get the third SD up because I figure that's the safest play, and I just go straight for Sucker Punch. He brings in Politoed. I figure, okay, I'm at +6, even with the burn, that should be able to take him out, so I'm just going to go straight for the Cross Chop, and we'll see if it kills or not. Luckily, it does hit this time, so that's always good. But I do take out the Politoed, so that is pretty nice for me. But now he's gonna do a weird move and go into Terrakion, which I see weird because his best move is to go into Slaking, but he didn't do it. So I don't know what is going on there, but he's just gonna go straight for the Rock Slide. I guess he didn't have Earthquake, so he wanted to just go for something. And I just take him out with the Cross Chop. That's fine. He goes into Celebi. I try and go for Sucker Punch, but he goes for Nasty Plot, predicting that. And I figure, okay, well, he's probably not going to Nasty Plot so much because he doesn't really have that much initiative to take on Toxicroak that well. So, well, with Celebi, but I'm just going to go for the Sucker Punch again. And he decided to go for an attacking move, which kind of let him die. But there was not much else he really could have done. But he could have, in the first place, gone into this thing. Because it takes a Sucker Punch, there was no way I would be able to cross chop it, so he's just able to take me out with a turn, and it's like, why did he do this in the first place? But, whatever, I'm just going to go into Mamoswine, and I figure he'll just predict the Ice move for some odd reason, but I'm not going to go for the Ice move, I'm going to go for Earthquake, because that seems safer. Even if Latios comes in, I'm not really too fearful of it at this current moment. I mean, I'll be fearful of it later, but with Mamoswine out, I'm not too fearful. But now he's going to go back into the Slaking. I was hoping Ice Shard would be able to take him out, but it leaves him with just that tiny little sliver. And then he Earthquakes me, and I'm like, well, fuck. Now I got to figure out something for Latios. But then I managed to live, but I will die to my Life Orbs, so that means, like I said, I'll have to figure out something for Latios. But I decide I'll just bring in Keldeo. Maybe I can live a hit and then get an Icy Wind off and then deal with it from there. But he goes straight for Psyshock, which manages to take me out. I still don't know if he's Scarf or Specs or not, so I'm just like, fuck it, let's just go into Dragonite. Randomly go for the goddamn Dragon Tail because I was being stupid. I was like, yeah, let's get super effective off and then revenge it with some other random move, but I do get the Dragon Tail off. Psyshock luckily isn't doing much, so I'm going to be able to live this next one and take him out with Hurricane. If I miss Dragon Tail, I could have just probably gone for 2 Hurricanes and then brought in Politoed, which I still had. So I mean, it was essentially my match at the end, but it was still kind of like iffy, because if he had Dragon Pulse, I mean, that probably would have been the game right there, but, well, I don't know if Keldeo would have been able to live a Dragon Pulse or not, but whatever the case, that is the match. So good game, NumbNexus. Probably would have ended up a lot different. He brought in Slaking first, but, oh well, I guess that's how that happens, but, yeah, that'll be it for today. Yeah, I don't know, whatever. Hope you guys enjoyed. Such blah, comment, sub, and later, guys.